Hey, this is Scott Coogan, drummer from LA Guns. You're listening to Blevins Nation with Chris. Rock and roll.
Don't give me no bullshit, baby, and pretend it's genuine. I can't take that bullshit. A nickel and go buy yourself some time. Y'all plenty of money. You got a fucking bucket of money. I am a sick motherfucker. You are right. Gotta keep it down. Gotta elevate. Gotta hold it in. Let it out now. Don't give me no bullshit, baby, and I'll let you think you're mine. If you try and push it, then you better push it on the line. You're the skill of a master. You got the fucking brains of a dead man. I'm just a motherfucking transactor. You are right. Gotta keep it down. Gotta elevate. Gotta hold it in. Let it out, blow your mind. You're having a nervous breakdown. No, you're fine. Just go in and tell it, son. Blow your mind. You're having a nervous breakdown. All the time. You're losing your mind and I can't wait. You got a little bit of, I got a lot of it. You got a little bit of, I got more coming.
Blevins Nation Entertainment and BlevinsNation.com, the place to go for all the best in rock and roll music, new rock, and podcast. So sit back, hold tight, and open up your ears. The revolution is here. Now here's your host, Chris.
Hey, what the hell's up, everybody? Chris here with Blevins Nation, of course, as my lovely wife introduced me as. But you know what? Today is the day. That's right. Hope you enjoyed this interview. I know sure the hell that I did. You know, it was awesome recording this interview with Scoty Coogan. But, it's my 100th episode. That's right, a milestone. I can't believe it. It's so awesome. Blevins Nation 100th episode. That sounds awesome, man. That sounds so cool. Look forward to many, many, many more of these. And, it's all because of you that I do this. I want everybody to hear what the rock and roll lifestyle's about and what it takes to write songs and play in a band and write music and the whole aspect of everything. And you get a lot of good stuff out of this interview with Scoty Coogan. So, and do not forget LA Guns, September 7th. That's right, September 7th, Saturday night at the Blue Note in Harrison, Ohio. Going to be a hell of a damn show. So everybody get your tickets and get your asses out there. It's going to be one hell of a night. And also do not forget that this Saturday, that's right, this Saturday at the Blue Note in Harrison, Ohio is going to be yours truly with Voodoo 13 playing there also. So along with Counting Stars. And then actually this Friday night, August 30th, we're going to be at a little place called Talon Tavern over in Milford, Ohio, doing some acoustic stuff. So definitely come check us out after the game when Milford beats the crap out of Princeton. So anyway, go Eagles, but go LA Guns, go Scoty Coogan, go everything. Throw a shout out to my record label. Excuse me, RFL Records. Throw a shout out to my good buddy that owns G4L Records out in LA. And, throw a shout out to my band members and everybody, all you fans, everybody that listens to Blevins Nation. Thank you all. And don't forget, I'm on every Sunday night, 7 to 9 p.m. on rockrageradio.com, baby. So everybody stick around and enjoy the interview. Peace out. Hey, everybody, this is Chris with Blevins Nation, and we're talking with Scoty Coogan, drummer for LA Guns. How's it going?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing good.
Great.
Can't complain, I guess,
Okay, good. You missed 20 shows last night working on your car. You know?
Yeah. You know,
that's
Jack
yeah.
Russell and Winger were here.
Okay.
Candlebox was here.
I love Kip. Kip's
Oh, yeah.
a very dear friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I used to do the rock and roll fantasy camp when I lived in Las Vegas for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
6 year. I call it my 6 year weekend. But actually, I was in the Blue Man Group for 4 years of that, which was a lot of fun. It was a corporate thing, you know. It was a lot of fun being a drummer in that. But Kip was the back to Kip. Kip was the MD when I was doing the rock and roll fantasy camp.
Okay.
You know, I played with Roger Daltrey. You know, I mean, Alice Cooper is a very dear friend of mine because I toured with him with Ace. But who else did we have? Sammy Hagar. You know, lots of cats. So that was a lot of fun.
Cool.
But yeah, so you missed some shows last night, but that's okay. You fixed your brakes, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay,
you know,
good. So the car's running so you can get to the next a bunch of shows.
Oh hell yeah! See, I got to leave to go down to Mississippi and play a couple of shows with my own band here in the end of June. Yep. I mean July. Shit, whatever month it is.
Yeah, we were in I forget where we were. The last run we were in Mississippi. MISSISSIPPI. And I forget what city we were in, but we had a lot of fun there. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama right now.
Okay.
I'm sitting outside. It's nice and humid, and
yes.
you know, it's called Sidetracked. It's right by the train. Oh, I hope a train doesn't come by while we're doing this because it'll be very loud.
If it does, it'll be okay. No
I
worries.
just realized I'm sitting right by a train track.
Hell yeah. You know, speaking about Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper, it kind of reminds me of something I went to. And Faster Pussycats, shit, it all rolls together. I went to a show in 1987, Faster Pussycats' first tour. They were with Alice Cooper. Ace Frehley was supposed to be there, but I think he got a little too drunk and didn't show up for the show. You know, that was back in the day. Not knocking him.
I wasn't able to make that one. I was under the weather.
Exactly. So
I do the best Ace impression in the world. Yeah, I just talked to him yesterday. He's doing well. He's going through some changes, but my man's doing well. I love him to death. He's one of my best friends.
That's good. That's awesome, man. Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how long ago were you with LA Guns when they played Mississippi? Like 2 weeks ago.
I was.
So you were at it was called the Hideaway in Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson. That's where we were. Yeah.
That's actually where I'm from. So. You know, migrated up here 5 years ago. So,
okay, yeah, I was going to say you said you were from Ohio, and I was hearing this little southern drawl, and I was like, "Are you sure you're from Ohio, mate?"
Well, now,
now you are. Yeah,
it comes out every once in a while. So,
sure,
the redneck in me, or whatever you want to call it. But
all right,
Ohio's damn more redneck than Mississippi is. Nobody believes me, but you know. Anyway,
I hear it. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. I had a great time there.
Hell yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Now, you know what?
Cool.
You told me on the phone just a little bit ago. I want to ask you real quick. You got arrested in Cincinnati. What'd you do?
Oh, shoot. I forgot I told you about that. It was a long time ago. I was in a band called Afraid of Losers, called POL. It was Tommy Henriksen, who's in the Alice Cooper band, was the band leader. He played bass and sang. And Lance Turner on guitar, and this gentleman called the A-Man played guitar. And we were like, it was 1995. I was very young. And we were like a punk rock, like Green Day, kind of, you know. We're very fucking, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I can swear.
That's right.
Very, very hardcore, you know, punk. Tommy Henriksen is amazing. That was his baby at the time. And so he said to me, so we all had nicknames, right? So my nickname was Ruby, you know, and I got that from the year before. I lived in Austin, Texas, and somebody started calling me Ruby. I forget, Ruby Begonia, gonna pee on ya. That's my whole name. And Mick Brown loves that. Well, because on that POL tour, we were opening up for Dokken on the Dysfunctional tour.
Wow.
You know, it was it was the original guys, you know, 95. And while Mick Brown looked at it, he's like, Ruby Begonia, you're going to pee on you. I love it. You know, So anyway, we're in Cincinnati, and Tommy being from Port Jeff, Long Island. Ruby, you do it because I would play naked. I would play in these little shorts. I would had my hair up on my head, like we called it the onion, and we were crazy, man. And we would trash everything in the last song, trash all the equipment, go, the Who style, Keith Moon. And so the last song, I would just pull my shorts off and I would play naked. And the cops were there. It was an outdoor festival, and the cops were there. And they said, "Hey, we heard that your drummer plays naked, blah, blah, blah." And Tommy comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Ruby, if you ever get, busted for drugs or, or drinking in public or anything, you go to jail, you're screwed. But if you get arrested for playing naked on our stage, I'll bail you out immediately." So sure enough, and we're playing the show. The cops are like eyeballing me, and I stood up on my drum throne and I dropped trow, and I played, and they started coming in. They're coming in right when we finished. They grabbed me, handcuffed me. And I had the towel around me, like David Lee Roth,
Hell yeah!
And he bailed me out. So, yeah. And I never got busted with drugs or anything like that. I wasn't really a big druggie anyway, but back then. But yeah, that's my Cincinnati story.
That is classic, man. Getting busted.
For playing naked. Great band too. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I would love to hear some of that stuff. I'll have to look. Y'all got anything on YouTube or anything?
Parade of Losers. It's kind of difficult to find. Our single was called "Stupid." I'm stupid. I'm stupid. It was a big hit actually on the East Coast, and Chicago was really big. And it's a great record. Unfortunately, I didn't play on the record. I joined just after the drummer left. So I've done quite a few of those, I've spent years. So I've spent years making records with bands and, didn't see the light of day or did well or whatever. But I've also been the guy to take over and do the tour. So, like with OTEP, with OTEP, Moke, the drummer, broke his arm. And I had one day to run the first OTEP record, one rehearsal. And then, and that stuff's not easy, man.
No.
It's like, that kind of shit. And back then I could do it. There was the guitar, when I was in Vanilla Ice, the guitar player from Vanilla Ice was in that band, and he asked me to do that.
Shit.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I did." Yeah. And he said, Coogan's the only one that can do it. I had one rehearsal, and then we were doing Ozfest in Europe, frickin' 20,000 people. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I did well. The first show I was scared. I was nervous, but there was no train wrecks. Train wrecks. So.
That's awesome, man. I probably saw you in Jackson. I can't remember the name of the club, but Vanilla Ice brought his rock band through back in the day.
That was me.
Okay, well, hell yeah, man.
1999.
Oh, it was 99. Okay, I couldn't remember. I knew it was somewhere around there.
Two bass players, two guitar players. I was on drums. We had a DJ, a rapper, and Rob. Vanilla Ice. And the guys, the band was fantastic. It was Scott Schreiner, who's been in Weezer, for 15 years now, bass player. Mm-hmm. And the other bass player was Doug Ardito, who's from Puddle of Mud.
Oh, okay.
And I remember being on that tour. Where it's a ton of us on this bus, and he was playing this. He kept playing this harmonic thing on his bass, or maybe an acoustic guitar, that ding 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 ding. I'm like, it was cool, but after a while, I was like, "Will you stop playing that?" And that ended up being their hit song. The harmonic thing that they do, that Pedal of Mud song.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
I've been found away, or whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the hit. He wrote that on the Vanilla Ice tour.
Oh,
so that's Doug Ardito.
That's
and then
cool,
our other,
and
then the guitar players were Robert. I can't remember his last name. Robert. He's the one. He's the one that got me into OTEP. And then the other one, guitar player, was the one that was in Velvet Revolver. The bald dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, his name's slipping my mind right now as well. But all the guys went on to do huge things right after that. So that was a fun band. We did 2 8-week tours, and Rob and I became very close friends. And, we had shared a lot of women together.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I
Now,
got a real funny one. I got to tell you this
Okay.
one, and you can edit this out. You can edit this out if you want. I don't know what kind of show we're doing right now.
oh, it's
So he and
whatever,
I-
man. Everything goes.
He and I had a couple girls in the room, right? And as we did, and he would always come to my room, you know. So he's with one on one bed, and I'm with the other one, and we switched off, you know. And I'm not going to tell you what happened there, but anyway, so we passed out. I had remembered. I told myself I'm going to throw this one in the bathtub and give her a shave, you know. And so next thing I know, I wake up, you know, Rob's in the other bed with a girl. I'm with the other one. I wake up and I'm like, oh fuck, you know, shit, we've been drinking. I put my foot down. We're in like in a hotel, and I think it was a motel actually. And I put my foot down, and I just feel like it was like a wet, super wet sponge just went. I was like, what? I looked down. The bathtub had been running for 7 hours, and it overflowed. It overflowed, and I went, oh shit, you know, and I'm like, I go, Rob, and the girls' handbags are on the ground floating around, you know, and I was like, I go, Rob, we gotta go, man. So he's like, what the fuck, Scotty? So we got out, and we ran. We got the trim manager to get everybody else out of the rooms, and we got on the bus and we left, and the hotel never contacted us.
Wow. Did you turn the water off?
Yeah. I can't remember. I just wanted to get the out of there.
No shit. That's awesome, man.
And we were on the second floor as well, so I feel sorry for whoever was under us.
Shit, man. Yeah, that's pretty fucking wild.
Oh, there are plenty more where that came from.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Now,
anyway,
before we get into LA Guns, now you were you played with Tracy and Nikki Sixx, and the singer just escapes my mind.
London LeGrand.
London. I knew it was something crazy like that. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
what do you mean something crazy? Yeah, you nailed it on the head. No, he is. I love him to death. Yeah, he's the best.
It's funny because Nikki played in the band London, back in the day. So
correct.
So very cool. And Tracy, one of my all-time favorite fucking guitarists. I love his style.
I see his hand hanging out of the bus right now with a cigarette in it. I'm looking at his hand. Yeah.
Man, I mean, I've followed them ever since they first hit the scene.
I love Tracy.
And,
we're brothers, man.
That's awesome.
We're branded. We're branded. We have the Bride's Destruction tattoo in Japan. We've all got it on our chest.
Oh hell
It says Hakai. We had some other this gentleman named Horiwaka. He did all the Guns N' Roses guys and Motley and very world renowned tattoo artist. And so we all decided to get Hakai tattooed on our chest, which means, and actually in Japanese it means wife destroyer. So yeah, and I didn't know that until I'd gotten into LA Guns. I thought it just said destroy. And Tracy's like, no man, it says wife destroyer. I'm like, oh, that's probably why all the older Asian women, cover their mouths and go when they see me, with my shirt off. Yeah, so. I'm like, it's my band. Sorry.
Awesome.
I'm not sorry, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So, now,
but yeah, Tracy's amazing. Hi, Trey. He's looking over here.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you've, gotten in some bands after the album was recorded and, then went on tour. Now, that it didn't really happen that way in Brides of Destruction, but kind of sort of you came in and actually re-recorded some of the drums on the album, didn't you?
Well, no. What happened was they had started the record. John Corabi was in the band as well at the time. Right. So it was right. And so I had, which I still do, a Led Zeppelin cover band. It's a 3-piece Led Zeppelin band. I lead, sing, and drum at the same time.
Wow.
Led Zeppelin for 2.5 hours.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I've been doing that all my life. So the original drummer was Chris Coles from Edema.
Right.
And he had recorded, we were recording at Clown Records in Santa Monica with Steve Bruno, and the guys that we had a lockout there. And I didn't even know who they were. I had no idea. But Steve Bruno knew me. I think I played in his band for a second. And So Chris Coles had left, but he had already recorded 4 songs. It was like, it was the ballad and, I can't remember which other songs, but, so he had 4 were already in the can, you know?
Okay.
And so Steve-O told Tracy about me, this drummer, Scoty Coogan. He sings like Robert Plant, drums like Bonham. And so Tracy came to see me. We used to play this place called Molly Malone's on Fairfax and 6th in Hollywood. And, so Tracy came down. I knew he was coming, and I knew who he was. I wasn't a big LA Guns fan, to be honest, when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I seem to miss that somehow. But I knew who he was, of course. And so I never let anyone come up on my stage. You know, I never did. It wasn't a jam thing. You know, we did our show, and that was that. So, but I invited Tracy up, and we played rock and roll by the Zeppelin. And the next day they asked me to come, you know, come down to the room, and I actually missed it.
Oh, shit.
it was the day after my show, and we'd always have a party afterwards, you know. So I missed it, and I called and I said, can I come in tomorrow? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. So I came in the next day and played, and they're like, yeah, you're the guy. So, and then we continued to then, and I was part of the writing as well. You know, I sing the song Life on Here Come the Brides. That's a song I wrote with Nikki, and Tracy, and so that's my baby. That song's very close to my heart, Life, you know. And so I was on 5 songs, you know, I Don't Care, Shut the Fuck Up, Life, I Got a Gun, and did I say I Got a Gun, something like that, and 2 Times Dead,
yes,
and one other one. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was on 5 of the songs on Here Come the Brides, yeah, and then.
That's cool, man. You know, I do a radio show also on Rock Rage Radio every Sunday night, and 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. So, and I actually playing that song 2 Times Dead on my show tonight. So,
you should play Life. Play my song.
Okay, there you go. I'll do that.
It's a radio hit, man. I'm telling you.
You know what?
You know,
I'll fucking play.
We never released it.
I'll play Twofer.
I'm starting to run.
I'll play Twofer on Brides of Destruction then.
Yeah, because we could never release it as a single because I lead sing it. It's not London, so that's why it was never released as a single. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
We went out. We came back out with I Don't Care, which is a great song.
Yes.
You know, that's the lead track on the record. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very cool, man. Now, and so you had a stint with Alice Cooper, not Alice Cooper, dadgummit, Ace Frehley. Got my A's mixed up. So
a stint, yeah, more than a decade stint. Yeah.
Wow.
I started with 2007 with Ace. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
With
man.
a break. I had a break. Yeah. I took a break. But
everybody seems to a little bit, you know. Sometimes you have to, you know. It just
it was personal. It was personal stuff. Not me and Ace, was with other members, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I took a break. That's when I played with Lita and then moved to Vegas. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Ace is my boy. I love Ace. I love the Ace. And then I ended up going back with him after Blue Man. So.
Okay. Now you know Lita.
I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just trying to get everybody in real quick, and then we can go into the LA Guns thing. But
great.
Lita Ford. I interviewed her a while back, and went and saw her play here in Cincinnati, and she actually let me go on stage and fucking introduce her. That was one of the highlights of my life. That
that's nice.
Was fucking awesome. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So, and nobody fucking recorded it. Yes, Bobby Rock's playing drums. So,
yeah, Bobby Rock was came in after I left. Yeah.
Okay. So, and that was a great moment, but nobody recorded it. So I'm stuck with just saying that I did do it. You know, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I believe you, Chris.
Damn it! And Lita probably doesn't remember me from anybody, so you know.
I don't think she remembers me. She does. Trust me.
Yeah, very cool. Now, how long were you with her?
4 months tour with the Rock of Ages tour with Poison and Def Leppard.
Okay.
And then we did a few shows in LA. and some business stuff went down. We had a misunderstanding, and I left. I told her I was moving to Vegas, and she's originally said she wanted an all Los Angeles based band, and I said I gave her plenty of notice and said that I was going to leave, and I got the worst email from any ex-wife or girlfriend or anything ever. It was I fell to my knees. I was like, wow. I just left the band, babe. Take it easy. I guess that's what she thought of me. I was a big asset to the band.
Yeah, shit.
She was very upset. Yeah. But we're cool now. When I was playing at the Brooklyn Bowl, Lita opened up for Ace, and we did 2 nights in a row. And first night she just shrugged me off, and then the second night she had to. It was very interesting. She had to get to hi, Chase. We had to, she had to go through our dressing room to get to her dressing room.
Okay.
So the second night she walked by and she's talking with Richie Scarlett, right? They go back, and I'm sitting on the lounge with Ace, shooting the shit. And she looks at me, she goes, stand up, Coogan. So I stood up and I grabbed her and squeezed her really hard and kissed her on the head. And I said, fuck you too. And that's how we made up. after like 2 or 3 years.
That's awesome.
That's how we made up.
Well, that's
and
good,
ever since
man.
then, we had to squeeze it out, and I had to let her know how I felt too.
Exactly. Exactly.
It was all built up, and so now we're lovers again.
There you go. You go. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love her to death.
That's cool, man. She was very, she treated me very well. So she was awesome.
Yeah, she's sweet. It depends when you catch her, but
yeah. So, and then I had an interview with her, of course, and she was, very cool. It wasn't but 10 minutes, but hey,
Yeah.
So not as quick as the Jesse James Dupree. I call that my quickie with Jesse James.
Yeah, the quickie. he just gave you a okay, gotta go.
Yeah, he's pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
but hell yeah, man.
Oil his chainsaw.
Yeah, no shit. Now, LA Guns. So
yeah, let's do it.
Did you start on this tour, or did you come in a couple of shows after, or how'd that work out?
Well, okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit. When I was living in Las Vegas, Tracy was doing the Rock Vault show out there, and I'd gone and seen him, and we've seen each other, prior to, and Phil Lewis lives in Las Vegas,
mm-hmm.
and so when Tracy and Phil reunited, the first show that they did back together in years, I actually played drums. Tracy said, because I guess Shane was his drummer at the time, but I was in Vegas. So
mm-hmm.
Tracy asked me to do it, and I learned the whole set, and Scotty Griffin played as well. And we played the show at the Hard Rock Cafe,
okay.
Just by the joint, by Hard Rock Casino. And, it went really well. It was great. I actually posted a picture on Facebook. Somebody found a picture of Tracy and I from that show.
Okay.
So I played the first show when Tracy and Phil reunited. But
awesome.
then, they moved on and did, Shane was playing, and I love Shane to death. It's fantastic. And when Shane recently left to do, to embark on quite a wonderful opportunity, Tracy called management, and the manager goes, Coogan, and Tracy goes, yep, call him right now. So within 5 minutes of Shane leaving, and it was the day I decided to move from Las Vegas back to California, to take care of my pops. My dad's getting a bit old, and mom needed some help, and they've done so much for me. I love my parents and my family so much. They've always supported me with my music, so it's the least I could do.
Yeah.
And Vegas was getting after in October that year, last year, Ace let us all go to use Gene Simmons' band, and so it got a bit dark after that, and so it was perfect timing. But within 2 hours of deciding I was going to move back to California, Scoty, the manager from LA Guns, calls me and said, "We want you in the band." And I said, "Can I have 10 minutes to think about this? I'm like, my whole life's changing right now." So I called back in 7 minutes and said, "Yep." I called my manager, talked to my manager, and he's like, "Scotty, do it. You got to get back out playing again. Yeah. It'll be great for you. You're going through a lot of changes." And I said yes, and did 2 rehearsals, and Wednesday, Thursday, played my first show on Friday at the U.S. Theater in Orange County. And that was about 3 months ago. And then I've done 2 2-week tours. This is my 3rd one. So
okay,
I'm finally settling in and feels like a real band, which is great. And I've played with all the guys in different situations. Johnny Martin, we were in the Dizzy Reed band.
Oh,
we played with Dizzy. Yeah, and with Todd Youth, God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played with Ace, a couple times at Cat Club or whatever, and and Phil and I would do the Sin City Sinners in Vegas. I think it was the Sin City Sinners or something. Yeah, I've done a few things with Phil.
Yeah,
and of course I have my past with Tracy. So it's a family, man. And Phil says this is the best lineup he's ever been in. So that means a lot to me.
Well, I tell you what, man, I think it is one of the best, when, I love Ace and Faster Pussycat, but when he because I was talking to him on the interview when he was telling me about somebody he may start playing with somebody else, but he couldn't talk about it. And when I found out, I was like, holy shit, that's just a match made in heaven, because especially with Tracy and Phil getting back together, I mean, they both fucking compliment each other so much, And
Absolutely.
Johnny's just Johnny. That motherfucker just lays it down,
My boy.
Yeah. And, and then here a couple of months ago, maybe just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I started seeing these, show pics or this and that, and there's a drummer with black hair, and I was like, when the fuck did he dye his hair, and why did he dye his hair? And it just I wasn't thinking.
It was Shane.
Yeah, and then I saw your post because we were already friends on Facebook, and I saw your post about you being you're starting your new job with drummer for LA Guns, and I went, what the fuck? So, yeah, very, very fucking trippy and cool, man. So,
cool, man. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah, man. So, great stuff. So,
Thank you. Yeah, I just
go ahead.
Oh, I just chopped all my hair off.
Oh, no shit.
I have short hair. Yeah, they call me the 28. Because I'm always the youngest in the band. With Lynch Mob. I played with George for 10 years. With Lynch Mob and all these other bands.
Ace is the youngest now. Is still.
Right, I know, but that's my point. Is that I had to cut my hair to look like the youngest. They say you look like a 28-year-old. I was like, well, great. But I love it. My hair was getting all fried, and I was like, screw it, I'm just going to cut it off. But the girls like it. That's cool. That's 95% of it.
There you go. Yeah. That's right. That's right. So hell yeah, man. Now I haven't seen you play with them yet, but and I hope to catch y'all here before long. But I've seen LA Guns 4 times in the last 2 years. So actually, since the end of 2017. Okay. And when they first got back together on that first tour. And Junkyard was with them, and I couldn't ask for anything better. That was my first time to see Junkyard, and of course, one of my favorite fucking bands. Yeah. Both of them together, So
that's great.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
so everything's fantastic. Yeah, I'm loving it.
That's
cool. With my guys, and we're here in Huntsville, Alabama tonight at Sidetrack. Everybody come out. I don't know when you're posting this, but
it'll post later, and that won't y'all have already played. But on my radio show tonight, I will definitely tell everybody and mention it a few times that y'all are playing. Now, what's the name of the club again?
It's called Sidetrack. Sidetrack's Music Hall in Huntsville, Alabama.
Is anybody out on the road with y'all? Is it still the?
No, we used to have the Darbies.
Darby, right.
The Darbies, I love those kids. Yeah, but they weren't able to come out on this one, so we're using just there's one local opener, and then we're gonna play. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn, I'd love to have gotten on that show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So hell yeah. Cool, man. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you get off of here and all that good stuff. But before you go,
Chris.
Hell yeah, man. Good luck and kick ass.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Chris. Great to talk to you.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. The end of my 100th episode. That's right, my milestone for Blevins Nation. I want to thank Scoty Coogan for coming on the show. Man, that's going to be a hell of a concert. Don't forget, this Friday night, Voodoo 13 is going to be in Milford, Ohio at the Talon Tavern. The next night, Saturday, the 31st, we're going to be out at the Blue Note, Harrison, Ohio. And, of course, next Saturday, the 7th, L.A. Guns. That's right, L.A. Guns featuring Phil Lewis, Tracy Guns, Scoty Coogan, Ace Von Johnson, and, of course, Johnny Martin. So do not miss this show. Get your tickets and get your asses out there. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. I'm going to let y'all get the hell out of here and stay tuned and keep going to blevinsnation.com. Go to rockrageradio.com. Go to v13official.com. And check us all out, everybody, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I got to go. Love you all. Peace. Love, peace, and monkey grease. And do not forget, wherever you go, there you are.